Hello and welcome to Thursday. Now, a few things happened today. Cooked out the chicken that I made, that I prepped yesterday, and made some amazing tacos with that. They were immediately devoured by the rest of the family, so I think I'll be making those again tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Well, yeah, I'll be making them tomorrow. It's fine. Um, yeah, it was great. But the big thing that happened, so last week, um, well, the story starts years ago, but last week, one of the handles in our kitchen decided to break off, and it's a handle that like is on the most. It's used on the cutlery drawer, so uh, we've been meaning to replace these for uh, years and years now, and it just never got done. So, for myself and my father, this was the final straw. So we're like, let's just replace them at this point. So find some suitable handles online, and a week later they arrived at the door. So let's talk about the handles. So these are the old ones. I have the screws in right now, but these are the old handles. They were fine for what they were, but it was not ideal for. It's fine. It's fine, right? But these are old. This is one of the better looking ones. Others would. I mean, you could see like the corrosion and whatnot here. Hopefully, maybe. But yeah, these are like some of them are just silver now, and all of the gold coloring has faded away, which makes sense because these were probably original to the kitchen. So these are extremely old. So uh, we ordered some new ones. I picked the finish, so I wanted something that was similar finish. So we got these. I think the finish is pretty close, right? They might be a bit more bronzy, but they work with the kitchen pretty well. We have technically 20. 19. There was one that was right in front of the sink that we removed and like filled with putty because it was just busted for so long. It's also extremely hard to replace that one, and I don't think it'll ever happen. We might be able to do it, but it's nice to have a spare. So, swapped all of these out today. It took like an hour, but we have new kitchen handles, and that's great. I really like these. They're nice and weighty, and they got more grip. So yeah, it took like an hour to replace these. There were two issues. The first one was the cutlery drawer, which had the putty. Uh, just needed to take a utility knife and just scrape that off, and then once it came off, it was just screw this in. But then there was a cabinet right above the sink that was the big issue. Actually, yeah. So that was an issue, but there was also one that's right next to the stove that's purely decorative, and because the drawer it has like two pull-out drawers like that cabinet, there's a handle above it that's right beneath the stove and like two pull-out drawers, and that's just an extremely hard angle to get at. The screws were super tiny, and those were the only ones that I needed to reuse screws because the screws that came so many things. The screws that came with these are either extremely long, like this, like, or they were the size of these. If I can just finish unscrewing it. And the ones for the it's about that size. And the ones for the what do you call it? that for that decorative one were like, maybe about the length of the width of my thumb. Very small, very small. But as soon as those were replaced, the main issue was the one above the cabinet, which took the longest time. The spacing between the holes on that cabinet was slightly off, meaning that the holes were too close. So, no, the holes were too far apart. So I needed to take a drill and just slightly drill away at the hole that was there to give it some more space. And after a few minutes, I got that fixed and handle screwed it in perfectly. So all set there. Overall, it was like an hour of work, and I just had a podcast on while I was drilling away. So it was not that big of an issue, but it was a very rewarding experience to just do something that's been bothering me for years now and just get it done in an hour. So best advice I can give is, if something is really bothering you and it's just a minor fix that you've been putting it off over and over again, take 5-10 minutes, see if it can be done in a reasonable amount of time. And an hour is nothing compared to years of just frustration. So overall, very happy with the results, and yeah, maybe we won't have to worry about these for another however many years. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna call it for today. So thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow, and until then, later.